We're almost ready. You can do that later. Let's go. You still gotta do your phone. How's everyone? Welcome to After I Do on YouTube. You have my one-on-one attention. We are about to start in a few minutes. Right here.
Oh, we're live. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, one more. One more.
They shouldn't have to go through this.
Hey, it's a process, okay?
It's your process, which is...
It's a process. Okay.
Everybody, okay, while he's setting up, look there, look there.
Okay, but I'm asking you, what is...
This is YouTube, that's Instagram,
YouTube, Instagram.
so that's Facebook. You gotta do...
No, that's Facebook. I gotta do IG.
Oh, gosh. We'll be ready in a minute. Hey, Facebook.
There we go. Title.
So it's 5 o'clock on the West Coast. We're finally on the East Coast. So we're 8 o'clock here, which is kind of late. We just came back from dinner and had to rush home for somebody still not to be kind of ready.
Somebody is ready.
It took me
Everybody
long enough.
is ready. Okay?
Yes. I wish this was bigger. Oh my God, let's see. Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Maybe that.
Clear that out.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how to do it on your computer.
That should be it. Oh, can you do it this way? Oh,
That's
Lord.
smaller.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. All right, I think we gotta. All right, we're here.
Hey y'all, hey Tanya, hey Yetter. So Yetter, you're over on YouTube. I love it. Hey Jessica, I love it. I wish more people were 22. Y'all showing out
We
on
got an audience on
YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube is not playing today. How do you know?
But let's see. I know this is the tricky part because we never did it here this way on switching these devices around.
Facebook. I always do it on Facebook, but I can't see. We should have more people. Y'all hit the share, but first of all, I love y'all YouTube. Thank you so much. Hi Nadesh. Hey Cynthia. Hey everybody.
YouTube, Facebook, IG. Okay.
Yes, IG is not doing
IG
too
is
much of
slow
nothing.
motion today.
You can hit that and add people if you want.
No, I'm not gonna hit nothing.
Okay,
The
so
setup
here
is a
we
setup.
are.
All
It's a little warm where we are. We are out of the country and it's warm. There's no AC in this part of the house. The AC is in the bedrooms. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I can do? Let me open this door. Talk to Royale.
All right. So yeah, since what?
You were late.
We're here. What are you talking about?
You were
As y'all know, look, it's after I do live at 5. I am your co-host, Royale Watkins. For those that are joining the conversation, the host is April. And like somebody asked me last week, oh my goodness. That's the answer right there.
That's the answer, right?
Forgive us, yes, that is the answer in a major way. But we out moving around, and
Praise God.
Praise God.
That
Getting a lot of traveling done.
open this door.
No, the
we
cross
are
breeze is
facing
crazy.
the water. It is so beautiful.
We should have put up pictures before we went live. So that
I
folks
know.
could see.
But here we are. We just literally came back. We went to the beach today. First of all,
Yes.
I just want to say, if you're over a certain age, I don't even know if age has anything to do with it, but you need to get your affairs in order. And I know we're keep preaching the same thing, but we have run up against me not paying attention to what my grandparents have left for us, because we live in the States per se. And I'm not going to say it has cost us, because we are in the middle of it, but what I can tell you is to dig deep back into your lineage and see what you have available to you, whether it's in the way of citizenship, is it a way of trust, is it a way of people willing you things. Don't take it for granted and think other family members are going to take care of it. If you're a part of it, you have to take care of it. So that's where we are now. My grandfather was one of 16. He had one child, was my mom, and my mom had one child, which is me. I am the only one left. So now I'm left with all this stuff, and it's only because the kids are gone and we can see clearly now that the rain is gone, as they say. Now that my mind is clear, I've gotten them to where they need to be. I can focus on, oh yeah, we have land here. Oh yeah, we have land there. Oh yeah, we have. But I should have been able to do all of that simultaneously. So now I don't want to say behind the 8 ball. We are where we are because
We're getting it done.
we're getting it done. So we had to go out of the country. We've been here for 3 days. We're leaving tomorrow, going somewhere else. And it's like, it was all business. We literally
Landed.
and went straight into, first of all, we landed and didn't realize it was a holiday here.
Oh yeah, that's
So, because I wanted to take care of something on Monday, but they was like, it's a holiday. You're like, what? So Tuesday and today, all business. We went to the beach about what time? 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I told Royale, listen, I don't care what time it is, we're going to the beach. I'm not gonna come this far and not get in the water. We have beautiful pictures. We went in the water. We did a heart-to-heart in the water. It's a lot.
First of all, here's the thing.
Oof.
To get to the beach that April wanted to go to was a task in and of itself. But there's some divine order to things when you align yourself and God has a plan for you, because we actually veered off course and God delivered us to one of April's family members that just happened to be like we stopped for directions and April's like, holy Lord, this is my family member. This is my cousin. And she needed to bump into him.
Didn't know his number, didn't know how to reach him. We were lost. Do you understand? God has been doing some miraculous
you can't even
things
explain it.
in our life. It is hard to explain. Royale and I just look at each other like, wow, did that just happen? There's so many things that are showing us that we are on the right path, because out of this whole big island, we get lost. The one person, I'm not driving. Royale's like, let me stop and ask this guy. And I looked at his face. I said, he looked just like my other cousin. I said, are you so-and-so? He said, yes. I
Hey,
said,
Satima.
I'm your cousin. And he was like, oh my God. And I told him who my grandmother was. When I said her name,
He changed.
he was
Everything
already
changed.
good being that I was his cousin. But once I said my grandmother's name, it was like, because my grandmother ruled this island. His eyes, he said, what do you need? When are you coming back? And he's a captain. So I was like, I want to go out on a catamaran. He was like, you got to tell me when you're coming. So I took his number. He said, I literally just got off the boat. He was taking people around the island. And I'm like, why did we get lost in the middle of nowhere? And it was him. God. Yesterday, and this is the last one, it's so many on this trip that I could tell you about that has blown my mind. So I had to
Numbers, names,
numbers.
everything.
So I went to get something done yesterday. And the young lady was like, oh, I just happened to ask. She said, oh, I'm from New York. I was like, oh, I was born and raised in New York. She said she'd been here. Her dad was here, but he passed. And then she went to get the book, what do you call it? Like your book holder, when you're reading a book, the book placeholder. And it was, his service. It was in plastic. And so I read his name, and he was from New York, and he died on January 13th. And I said, that's the same day my mother died, on January 13th. And we were like, what? Hers was 2004, mine was 1994. So the 4 is the 4, the January 13th, we were in, so she's an orphan, I'm an orphan. We were like, it was just too much. So, but that amongst a lot of other things, numbers matching up, people calling out of the blue that we talk about, it's a lot. So I know whatever we're doing, we are in divine alignment with God, because he is blessing us. I mean, I can't even explain it. So with that said, I wanted to make sure that you guys, I know I keep saying get your orders in your affairs in order. You have to, because when people pass away and you don't have the paperwork, but the one thing, tell them what the attorney said today.
What? Oh my God, that April showed up with everything.
Everything they asked for, they were like, oh no, we need this. I was like, here you go.
April came prepared.
Here's the thing, I didn't even know what I was preparing for.
Prepared for war.
I was not playing. I said, just in case. When I was at home, I was like, I don't know, just in case. I don't know what this is, but let me take it just in case. Anything had my grandfather. I was like, just in case. Everything that was just in case is exactly what they needed.
What's happening, Renee?
And they needed the originals, which I had.
What the originals?
My grandfather baptismal paper. He was born in 1915. They was like, you have it? I had everything. They could not believe it.
The thing that blew me away is that we literally got a week's worth of work done in 2 days. We got a week's worth of work done in 2 days and still made it to the beach, right? And still made it to the beach, which was high priority on the list. And not just made it to the beach, but made it to the beach that April absolutely had to be at.
Had to be.
And if y'all could have saw the road to get there, I promise you it was at least twice that I was like, there ain't no way in the world we're still on the right course to get there, but we were.
Bumpity.
It's amazing. It's just amazing.
Nobody was there because it was basic. It was like 4 o'clock. Everybody was leaving. We were the only one on the most beautiful beach in the world. It was gorgeous. And somebody skinny dipped. I'm not gonna say no names.
Who?
He out there naked in the water.
Oh, we had the beach to ourselves.
I took my top off. We were like, nobody was there. Then Royale was like, is that a camera way over there? We were like, ah.
It's interesting.
It's okay.
It's fine. They ain't,
right.
Nobody paying attention to none of this. But this easily, I would say, is one of the top beaches in the world.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
And it's a hidden secret, so you can't just get to it. It ain't on nobody's map. You're not gonna find it. Like if you're not a local or have somebody local to take you to this beach, you just won't find it. But when you get there, it's special.
It's paradise.
It's special. It really is.
Say. So.
And for us to have it to ourselves is even more special.
Not one person there.
Yeah, nobody. Us and the chickens.
Oh, it was gorgeous. So we stayed for about an hour. Went underwater, doing what little bit of swimming I can do. Royale was out there. The waves, like we literally just took the kids, the babies, about 2 months ago to Manhattan Beach in California. You can't even get in the water. It's high tide, rips. They got signs. You can't get in the water.
Yeah.
In California because it's so
that's crazy.
freaking
That
rough.
water was
it's
so
not
choppy.
Blue. It's choppy.
It's dirty.
It's like the waves go out, the little kids run in, you get a little bit of water, and you got a hightail before, and it was taking people, and they were flipping. And I said, baby and Jolie, y'all not getting in that water. This water here, calm as a cube, just calm. I I'm not getting in the water in LA no more. I put my feet in and that's it. First of all, I'm scared of the riptides because it doesn't look like anything. If you get in there and you can't get out, you're shit out of luck. Seriously. So we did a lot of work, and today we came to almost a crossroad because it's British, so I had to get a magistrate or somebody to look at all the paperwork, and there was
It's like our version of
a notary,
Yeah,
but
our version.
a
of
higher
notary.
version, you know, because it's under the UK. So it's like, can you come back in the morning because we need to figure out some numbers and so forth. And I said, let's just put the numbers we think. I said, because in the morning we have another appointment that we need to go to on the way to the airport. So we sat there and we worked it out, and I'm telling you, everything moved really slow in other places. I was like, oh God, but we figured it out, had the magistrate, whatever.
The
She
person.
click, she
The
did
lady,
everything,
the
I
lady.
had to swear, and we got it done. So now it's research, because I do not live here. I do not know. So they got a lot of work. They're going to earn every penny because it's a lot of work. But once it's done, that'll be for my legacy more than likely. I need it to be in my name so I can pass it to them and not just out there in la la land. So please get a folder, get your stuff together, and at least be organized, if nothing else. I was organized and I didn't even realize I was organized, you know what I mean? And I'm still gonna go home. There's other things I can look for that is jogging my memory. You know, when your grandparents talk, you gotta listen. My grandfathers used to say the same shit over and over, and I got these things embedded in my head, certain names. I was like, boom, 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 boom. And sure enough, he done told me enough. The land is there. I was like, he said, this name, this name, this name. Praise God.
Yeah,
And he even told it to Royale. He was like, yep, I remember that name.
Well, the interesting thing is that we come here and the attorney that we connected with just happened to be the same attorney that the family used for some other business. And so the pieces of information, it was all like this puzzle piece that we had to come and assemble.
Yeah.
And her knowledge of what the affairs were matched with April's paperwork and knowledge and remembering things that her grandfather and grandparents told her just helped make everything more seamless. And so it's a really like a short trip, but a very good trip. And
Perfect
Did you
trip.
put up the video with the Airbnb?
No,
Oh, okay. Just
I'll
like,
put it up like this Airbnb. It's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, we just got a lot of things
Everything
fell in
really-
our favor. Favor's a big
exactly.
deal. We like, you know.
It's gorgeous. It's humongous. It has a downstairs. It is overlooking water. I
Oh
will
my
put
God,
the
the most
video up.
amazing view.
3 primary bedrooms with full bath. It's immaculate. It comes with laundry detergent. Like most Airbnbs don't give you nothing. We have everything. We're wanting for nothing. Nothing. It is beautiful. So I just took a chance. I read
Favor,
the reviews.
absolutely.
Yes,
Love with purpose, favor.
Oh, thank
Me and
you.
April say that all the time. It's favor.
Yeah. So, so now we got to pack up and wash and
The
clothes
only thing
right
that
now.
we don't appreciate is the mosquitoes out
Oh,
here.
they know as
'cause they
soon
are
as when
tearing
we
our
get
ass
here.
up.
Yeah. It could be worse though. 1 or 2 is not bad, but it's a lot when you don't feel like
No, it
dealing
hasn't
with a
been really
mosquito
bad.
bite.
It could have been worse to your
It
point,
could
but
have been.
they just
we
don't
get
feel
bit
good.
up more
period.
at the house. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to get bit while we're here with visitors. So we're almost done with that. Ran into a cousin. So we got big plans for 2027. It's everything is just falling in place. That's all I can say. And Royale and I finally have the time to do it. But what I would say is make time. We should have made time a long time ago. I didn't realize how important it is. So I'm letting you know it is important. And you need to do it while you're busy. If someone would have told me that, I would have you only have to tell me something once. And if someone would have said, April, even though you're raising these kids and you're extremely tired and overwhelmed, you have to think about these things
Yeah.
that your family have left to you. Because if you leave them unattended to, they become dormant. And when they become dormant and other people can possibly take over, it's terrible. It's terrible. So you have to figure out how to do the things together. That's, I'm telling you, figure it out. Secondly, if you have a great grandparent that was born in another country, more than likely you are due citizenship for that country. Most of them go back 3 generations. So that would be your your grandfather, your mother, and then you. I'm sorry. Most places are 3. I don't know if they're 4. 9 out of 10 times, where was your grandparents born? Germany, great. Then your mother is a part of that legacy, and you are. You could get your German citizenship. Where were they born? France? That's your grandfather, France, your mother, wherever. Really doesn't matter where your mother. It's that first generation. Where were they born? Spain, Switzerland, wherever. Out of the country, more than likely you are entitled to citizenship. So look into it. And
But you have to look at the importance of citizenship against the backdrop of what's happening in this country politically, right? As we look at this clown in chief demolishing our democracy, and things could get really bad. And you talk about people who want to flee the country. Well, where are you going to go? Who's going to accept you? Right? Hey, Lena Waithe.
Hey, Lena Waithe.
And so, April just happens to have paid attention to
the stories. I was like, wait a minute, my grandfather was born in the UK, part of the UK territory. What does that mean? It means I have citizenship. So that's, I'm utilizing it. Where were your grandparents born? Everybody, that is your homework. If it was the USA, sorry. If it's wherever, somewhere else, what is it? Grenada, Jamaica, St. Lucia, again, Australia, somewhere other than here.
Well, it just gives you access.
It gives you access. All you need is the birth certificate of your grandparent. Everybody here is over 30. Get your grandparent. It's your grandparent. Your parent really doesn't matter. It's the first generation. I'm telling you, I just went through it. My mom was not born in the UK, but my grandfather was. They go by who was that first generation. Utilize it. I'm telling you, you may not ever leave, but it's nice to have. When I came here, poor Royale had to go on this side.
Oh, yeah.
They said citizens.
Well, you got to tell them that you're a belonger. So we land and go through the airport, and April's belonger status sends her through a very short line.
Nobody on my line.
Struggling.
The whole plane went over here. I was like, bye, babe. Citizens.
Why do you find such joy in the separation?
Citizens. I said, that's me. She said, get out that, you over here. I said, bye, baby. But then when I did that, they was like, your husband gets to come with you. I was like, oh.
Of course he does.
Come on. They were like, why you leave him? I said, y'all didn't tell me I could bring him. So he gets to tag along, but he can't live here. He can't buy property here. He can't do nothing. He could visit. He could stay for a little.
Lena, you going to Barbados? We're not going to Barbados.
Hey, no, not Barbados. Yeah, so it's funny because he feels so alone, and people are teasing him. They're like, she gonna have to marry somebody because I'm trying to. It's a long story. I have to keep going. No, we have to.
Tell them what you're trying to get.
Right now, I do have status, but I want my UK passport because the UK passport is one of the strongest passports in the world. It's #1 because it opens up 123 countries. You can go anywhere. They can't say shit to you. The US passport is becoming really weak. It's really weak. So I want to get my UK, so I'm on track to do that, and that's that. But Royale has to at least be able to get his status here, and we have to work on it because those rules, because this is under the UK, the rules back then with the the wigs and the gold hair and the Goldilocks. Back then, they said a man can bring his wife,
It's under the crown.
but a wife can't bring her husband. So
That's
is
crazy.
antiquated, old laws, but that's what it is. I have another friend that's here. They've been here for a long time. They live in Brooklyn. He been trying to get citizenship since they've been married. They've been married, what, 40 years?
Oh my
He was
God.
like, they just won't give it to me. But she was born and raised here. So they bought 2 houses while they were here. Everything has to be in her name. And they come often. They come, and he's a little salty. He's like, it must feel kind of weird to have your significant other own property and you can't be named on it. That has to feel weird, but that's what it is. And until they change that, I can't bring my husband, but at the end of the day, it's not what you know, it's what?
It's who you know.
It's who you know.
And who you are.
And who you are.
But it's interesting because as we're dealing with immigration in the States and immigrants and deportation and all of this stuff, right? Again, your passport, right, is the thing that becomes your saving grace. It's like, no, I have belonging status, I have citizenship, this is my passport, but so forth and so on.
Yeah.
And so, again, it may seem like this kind of frivolous thing, but against the backdrop of what's happening right now, it really isn't.
And sometimes if you, like, let's say you find out your grandparent is from Germany, you may have to give up your U.S. passport, but the U.K. is the only one that allows you to have 2 passports.
Yeah.
I think in Canada too. I think you can own both simultaneously. So that's something you have to think about. Do I have to give up my U.S. passport in order to do this other thing? That's something for you to decide. I don't have to do that. I can have both simultaneously, which feels good. It really felt good to go on the other side of the line, be taken care of. And immigration is very intimidating. The way they ask you questions, why are you here? What did you bring in? And blah, blah, blah. It's intimidating. I get very intimidated, but then I was like, shit, I belong here. I'm here because I got business. I mean, I was very like, but they, it's
Let's think about,
it's a lot.
Let's think about 9/11 though, right? Because now I forgot what they call it, the system that they're using, scanning your retina to be able to identify and match you to your passport number and all of these things. There is a certain level of security that we now have across the globe because of this new heightened security systems that they have in place to be able to track people real time, right? Based on these cameras. And there's some of this stuff that clearly violates our rights, right? I was talking to somebody on this post, they were saying you don't have to allow them to take that photo when you go to pass through the airport. When you hand them your passport for TSA, you can opt out of that. They don't have to have.
know that.
Oh, you can opt out of that. Like, we just assume because it's set up and they say
Right.
do this that we have to comply. You don't have to.
Well, I'm gonna ask the next time.
I asked the guy because I saw it on a post, and then I actually asked the guy at
And what he said?
the TSA person. He's like, no, you don't have to.
They
You don't
not
have to
doing
go
mine
through
no
the
more.
scan. You don't. So we don't know because all of these are such facial recognition. Thank you. Is that Il Mocha or Lil Mocha?
Go ahead.
We don't know because these are such new systems. We don't know what that scan is going to do to our body in 10, 15, 20 years. We don't know what this retina detection, facial recognition software is going to do to our bodies. We don't know who has control. Again, just look at, 23andMe, right? We've opted not to do that, right? To swab and give our DNA to any company. You know why? Because all of these companies are controlled by man, and we don't know who has, what rights to do what with our DNA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we have to become more vigilant in getting the information that allows us to be completely aware of what we can say yes to, what we have to say yes to.
We follow status quo.
We comply. We just so easily
And
comply.
it's like they did this test. They had people in the waiting room, and they just had people stand up and sit down. something would ding, they would stand up and sit down. And then after 4 or 5 people see the people stand up
They just
and sit
assume.
down. So when it ding, everybody would stand up. We just follow. Nobody asked why, what is this for, what's the bell. Everybody complied.
Well, it's just like when you like if black people together in a gathering and one person runs, everybody runs.
That's different. I'm
Well-
talking about in a controlled situation in the waiting room. I don't know if black people are going. It wasn't black people. I think it was Asian people, whatever. But even if not, I think we're more skeptical, be like, why y'all standing up? Ain't nobody tell you to stand up. But going through the retina, I would never ask. But
Yeah.
now I'm going to
Yeah.
ask, because we're getting ready to fly, and I'm going to ask, do you need that? I'm going to be like, because one contact is in and one contact is not. So you're not getting the proper reading for my eye. If you took this contact out, it's going to read one way, but I wear one contact, it's going to read a different way. You know what I mean? So I'll ask just because of that. I'm going to be like, it's not, I'll just make something up just to see what the answer is going to be. Yeah, we just follow protocol. It's like everybody does it, we do it. No one's going to go against the grain, because especially in that vulnerable moment online at TSA, you don't want to piss nobody off. I don't want to have to go to the interrogation room to be, asked all these questions. Well, why would you do this and da 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 da? Like, you don't know what the repercussion is going to be, so you just follow suit. You know what I mean? That's for me.
You don't even need ID to fly. You don't even need, to fly.
Who said that?
That's just fact. What do you mean? You can go to the airport with no ID. You're gonna have to go through a process of being questioned and so forth and so on. But you can show up to not internationally, but a national flight within the country. There is a process for allowing you to fly, even if you show up to the airport without
Well,
ID.
I want you to try it. Try it.
I'm telling you it's possible.
I know it's possible. I heard people say they use my Costco card. They use a credit card.
Yeah.
Yes, it
I'm not
does
saying I
happen.
want to try it right now. No, I'm not trying to inconvenience myself or you.
Yeah, who got time like that?
But that's the whole point, is like all of these things that they put in place that make it more
Exactly.
convenient for us, like allow us to drop our guard and go, look, oh yeah, I don't want to wait in this long line. I want to wait in this line that gets me right through. TSA, right? Boom. What's the other one that we pay for? Global. And what's the other one before that? There's another one that we was just, so it's TSA, that's global, and then
and it's the thing.
yes.
I don't know.
Why can't we think of that?
I don't know.
We both have it. What's the
eye thing?
that gets you right through the line?
Right. That one.
Damn.
I don't
why-
use that one.
I do, and you have it because you turned me on to it.
Yeah, but my contact, clear.
Clear.
Thank
you,
you,
Marion.
Marion.
Yes, clear. So clearly, no pun intended,
Yeah.
uses facial recognition. Thank you, Urban Living. And so because it's so convenient, like we all want to get through.
Everybody's
the
in a
airport,
rush.
Everybody's in a rush.
Here we are. Everybody's in a
And
rush.
we forfeit a ton of rights.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to take the time to read all
None of
the
that. Do
the
you accept?
disclaimer.
We go click.
Yeah, click. I'm not. Listen, everybody takes that drag drop thing, slides it right on down to the bottom. If you read the first 2 sentences, I promise you're not reading the next.
Nobody's
one.
reading it. It's a case of Black Mirror. There's an episode that somebody needs to write about this, because I don't know if y'all watched the Black Mirror series. It is so good, and there's probably 5 or 6 seasons. We're doomed. We have given up all our rights, just like you said. We have clicked the buttons. We have given our facial recognition. We have given our retinas. We have given our fingerprints. We have done everything.
everything.
For
It's
the
been a
sake
real-
of going through a
For
line
convenience,
quick.
for the sake of convenience,
That's
for the sake
it.
of convenience. But
That's
here's
it.
the question. Like these devices, we're on social media heavy. They know so much about us. They're listening to all of our conversations. Is it amazing, right?
Oh,
You're gonna sleep good tonight.
I sleep good every night.
You slept good last night too,
sure
didn't you?
did.
I know you did.
Go
I
ahead.
slept good too.
Shut up.
So they're listening to us. We're typing in all of the information. We're storing all of our information on the phone. And you can't tell me that they can't look at that information. And they had this girl, this is crazy, this little sidebar. This girl just got locked up because she went, she works at some phone repair thing, like when you go, it's like, oh, fix my phone. Why she taking and have access to somebody's Cash App and send herself $400 from their Cash App? They came and locked her black ass right up, right? So even the security level of these phones is not very sophisticated at all. Anybody can get into your phone, right? Have access to your personal information. So the higher level companies, the Facebooks, the IGs, any social platform, we're inputting. That's how these there's a company that was investigated that helped the Republicans, I believe, rig the election or manipulate the election just because they knew so much about. So what they'll do is create a psychograph using all of your information to determine how you sway voting wise, and then they start dropping information in your feed to sway you the other way. So you'll get specific commercials, right, to say, oh, these Democrats are bad, or oh, vote yes on this, and try to confuse you to get you. There's a documentary about this company. I don't know why it's not coming to. I think it starts with an I, but all of this stuff is rigged and manipulated. And they're able to do it because we feed them so much information about ourselves on the videos that we go and click on. I swear, I don't know what my algorithm has changed. I promise you, I'm getting all death videos, people getting shot videos, and it's weird. But these algorithms,
once you start
you lock into one thing,
that's it.
I'm getting puppies and people getting shot.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Lena, we're not trying to pack up and move. What I want to do is have some options. I believe I watched Handmaid's Tale all 5 seasons. I understand how valuable. Let's even start
Cambridge Analytica. Thank you so much. Cambridge Analytica. Yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
How valuable a passport is. I guarantee you, everybody watching this, there's somebody that don't have a passport, that has never been out of the country.
That's crazy to me.
And you have to start where you are. Let's not even talk about where your lineage is from. Do you have a passport? I need everybody say yes or no. And if you do, is it updated? Yes or no? Go. Because if shit goes down, you can't go nowhere. You can't even go to Canada. You can't go to Mexico. You can't go nowhere.
Well, you look at what Donald Trump is doing with immigration and the Mexicans in this country. Other countries are doing the same thing. They're looking at who belongs in their country and controlling that based on status, based on your
YouTube.
What is it? Your passport status. Do you belong here? If you don't belong here, how long are we going to allow you to stay here?
Do you have a passport? Because that is a valid question. I know some people, I'm a costumer. And I was on one of my costumer friends. He didn't have a passport. I'll let him have it.
That's ridiculous.
It took 3 years. Now, when I asked him, he was trying to avoid me. James, do you have? No, April, I didn't go. James, no, April. He said, I got it. I said, thank God. Thank God you do. No, is that Alicia? Girl, you better go get your passport. Marion, yes. Yes, Valerie. Yep. Okay, what does both mean? Oh, yes to both. Oh, do you have a passport and is it updated? That's right. Yeah. There's nothing worse than going to get your passport and it says it expires in like the next 3 months. I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, I've been there one time. I'll never do it again. My passport is good for the next 8 years.
Well, let me say this. We're looking at the political implications of having a passport and not having, but what about the social, right? There's so much more world out there to see. April and I have been traveling. We plan to do more traveling.
Hunty.
We are building a list of places that we plan to go visit, and starting probably, this is one trip. We was just somewhere else recently.
I don't even know.
But we got a whole list of countries that we are about to. Spain we're going to Portugal. We got to go to Japan.
Oh yeah.
We got to go to China.
We're going definitely Spain twice, 'cause we gotta take baby.
Yeah. So again,
Yeah.
we got to go to Australia.
We gotta go to Germany. Royale has
We gotta
a
go to
lot of
Germany.
family in Germany.
Yeah, I have family in Germany. And I've been twice, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
We got to go to Paris, France.
Oh,
We got to go to Italy.
yeah.
We got
So,
places to be.
yes, so to your point, not only like trying to escape the world, just for enjoyment. Because I get a lot of videos about what's your regrets in life. I don't know why, but I guess that's my algorithm. What would you have done different? I get those motivational. Every video, you can ask 100 people, 70 or over. The number one answer is what? Go. Everybody put what the number one answer is. Across the board, it's like somebody gave them the cheat sheet. They don't have to think more than a second.
I don't even know, but what is it that they
What
didn't
would you
travel
say?
enough? That
Travel.
They didn't travel enough.
Everybody
Yeah.
says, as soon as they're stopped on the street, if you could go back to your younger self, what would you do
Tell
different?
your younger self,
I would
travel
travel.
more. Yeah, travel,
Then they'll
travel,
go
travel,
to somebody, a woman. What would you tell your younger self? I would travel more. Everybody said travel, and then the older people said, don't wait till you're 70 and 80 to start traveling. You're old, like, travel.
What's weird is that the construct of our culture, right, in this
Keeps us-
country, has us go, oh, you need to work until a certain age. You need to start a family. Then when you start a family, you're now taking on debt. You're trying to pay for kids' education. And all of these things have us enslaved to a way of life that
Yep.
does not free us up to be able to go
Can't think.
experience.
Yep.
And so we take on, oh, I need this big house, I need this cars, I need this social status, which keeps us a slave to the debt that we now are taking on. And then it takes us 40 years to finally get free of that debt, to finally have enough money to be able to go, oh, now that I'm retired, I got the time and I got enough savings accumulated, but never mind that I'm 74 years old and
Right.
probably gonna die in 10 more years. So now you're sprinting
Trying to.
at an age where everything hurts to try to see as much as you can see before,
The best picture of that is the old couple in the gondola. Everybody's
Oh,
seen
yeah,
that
yeah,
on
yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
They waited their whole life to get to Rome. They're in the gondola. By the time the gondola is taking off, they're like that.
both knocked out.
They're in their 80s. They look almost 90. You cannot do that. We have to be smarter. We have to outsmart this algorithm of what Royale just said. That's disgusting. To work, to take care of these kids, to pay the bills. In the middle of that, you gotta think outside the box. You gotta figure out how to rob Peter to pay Paul. You're already using your credit cards. Get some points. You have to travel with those kids and you need to take them abroad. Great. Take a trip around the United States. That's awesome. Take them once a year. Treat them. You got 18 years to take them somewhere different. Well, really start around 5 because they're not going to remember. So 1 through 5, the United States, the Grand Canyon, Texas, go to, what is that? The waterfall in Buffalo.
Let me tell you something. So let's have this
Once
conversation.
they get of age, get their passports. Make them worldly. Let them know how to get on a plane, how to act, how to, acclimate to other customs. You can do it, but they, like Royale said, they have you so bogged down, you think it's unattainable. It's attainable.
So let me ask you this. So I have I don't know, this is what do you call it? When you think of something in a moment?
Epiphany?
Epiphany, thank you. Let me have a sip of that wine.
Okay.
No.
Don't drink. Go
No,
ahead. Tell your story,
it's
Ron.
really kind of difficult to share this. No. But there's a part of me that is challenging as it was when we talk about Spain, to even talk about Spain. There is the part of me that wishes now in hindsight that I could have been brave enough to have us be the couple who said we're gonna take our kids and go like every 3 years or every 5 years. I don't know what the magic rhythm is or number is, but to go explore and to be these kind of nomads so that your kids have a world experience that doesn't come from these books and the slavery of the concept of, you know what I mean, what we just discussed. You know what I mean? So you go, oh, for 2 years we're gonna live in Russia. For another 2 years we're gonna pick up and go to Australia. The next 2 years, right? And to have the confidence, the bravery, the balls, the audacity. The audacity is what it is. You know, and I say this and I hear it out loud, and I just don't know. The thing that really troubles me is, right, is that a fair life for a kid to go and live through the history books rather than in the history books?
Yes.
To go, you know what I mean, skipping
it makes them
through.
smarter. That gives them culture. They get social skills. They get so much. They're more worldly.
So let's look at this. If Royce and Ross, Joey, we go, okay, you know, this is a little bit of a dynamic because of our blended family dynamic. Where Joey was at his age when Royce and Ross came into the picture, right? He's in high school. Now he has these two younger. So if we say, oh, at 3-4 years old, we're gonna homeschool our kids out in the world, because that's what the concept is, right? And Japan for 2 to 3 years.
Oh my
so
God.
Every 2 to 3 years, we're gonna lift up and go to a different country. So now you have no roots, right? You have no home base. Your home base is the universe. And so as I'm saying this, I'm processing it, and it sounds great in concept, but I'm an entertainer. I've made my living doing stand-up comedy, right? First, writing as well, but stand-up comedy. And having a base of operation for that has allowed me to achieve a certain amount of what I've achieved in this business, right? So I think about if I went, oh, we're going to untether ourselves from this idea of being stable in a stable environment. The kids have structure.
We were never stable.
Well, what do you mean we were never stable? The kids had a house that they grew up in. They had a point of reference that gives you security and stability. When you grow up as a child, if you have a home, you have an address that gives you a certain sense of security. We have no sense of
neighborhood, no sense of community. That's all we have is a house. That's it.
They grew up with friends in a circle. They may not have been on our block, but they got together with kids that were, of our culture. And so what I'm saying is, if absent that, you take that away. Let's say they're in Japan for 2 to 3 years. They don't have the friends that they grew up with, right? And then you go, okay, 2 to 3 years, we're throwing the dart. What's another country? Now we're moving around.
I think they would be fine, because here's what happens. They grow up and then they remember. They can now go around the country, and they have built friendships, forever friendships with people all around the country.
It's interesting. This is interesting.
Versus all they have is here. All they have is the same people doing the same thing as them, doing the same. It's too blah. And this is where Royale and I differ, and it really put a strain on our marriage, because I didn't want blah for them. I wanted more for them. If we would have left when Royce was 7, like I wanted, everybody's doing the same thing, robbing Peter to pay Paul in this thing. I want a bigger car, I want a bigger house, and I'm gonna do this. It's the same shit. Nobody's getting culture. Nobody's out there finding new friends, new adventures. We're doing the same thing. We're in the same house for 27 years. Doing the same thing. I haven't met any friends from outside of the country. I haven't gained a new language. I haven't, it's boring. It's boring, and I've always been like that. I was ready to go, and Royale wasn't. So what happened was we stayed here. What did we do? We did take them on some trips, but we didn't go out the country with them. We didn't set up. We weren't thinking ahead, like, okay, every year, let's take them to a different country. So by the time they were 18, they could have been to 12 different countries. Even that's impressive. Nobody's doing that. We go to the same places. We visit the same people. We do, it's just, I'm talking to the younger generation. Break the curse. Do something different, because I promise you, you're gonna wind up not I'm not going to say you're not going to be happy, but you're going to wind up with regrets. And I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but you would have something to talk about. I've never been to Paris. I've never been to France. I've never been a lot of places. Germany. I've never been to Spain. The bane of my existence. I've never been to Spain. You know, I don't want what I'm going to teach Joey right now. So if Joey can't do it, I'm taking my grandkids. I'm going to map out their, when my grandkids get 25, they are going to be so worldly because I don't care if it takes every penny. I'm taking them with me. And Joey's just going to have to figure it out. Because he's very closed mind. He doesn't see. But baby is smart. Jolie is smart. And I'm not going to have them be mediocre. They're going to have culture. They're going to say, oh yeah, I remember that time I went to Japan. Oh yeah, I remember. And not to brag or do whatever, but I want them to have that.
Yeah, you just want points of reference.
I want them to have that. And guess what? I wasn't able to give that much to Royce and Ross, but hopefully they see how we roll and they're going to emulate us. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to move. Don't be afraid to go to this country. Don't be afraid. They love it. You know, so I feel good about Royce and Ross that they are going, and Joey, let me tell you something. Joey just got back from Pam. Joey travels. And guess what? He takes the kids with him because he sees. He sees. Joey has it, but he doesn't have, I think, the time and more the time than anything. We have more time. So I'm taking them. I already told baby. I FaceTime baby. He's like, oh, wow. I said, don't worry. You'll be here next year. You're coming. Don't worry. I'm taking you to Spain to play soccer. Don't worry. I'm doing all of that. And I'm taking baby girl with us too. Like, that's just how it's going to be. So where I fell short with my kids, I'm not going to fall short with them because at the end of the day, my grandparents poured everything into me. And then you get married and someone has a different perspective than you because they haven't been privy. I've been privy. And so trying to bring that to Royale has been kind of hard. He's talking about it. He couldn't see. And so I complied. Okay, I guess we just we just gonna stay here, because our life would have been totally different. He may not be as far along in his profession as he would want to be had he done what I wanted to do. But I didn't care about that. I just wanted to make enough money to eat and live and live. What does live mean? Live means richness. Live meaning able to appreciate each day. A quality of life. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I don't think we got a quality of life. I think it was who's on first, who's on second. We got to pay this tuition bill. This one got to go here and we got to go there. That ain't no goddamn quality of life. I didn't want any of that. I had grandparents that retired at 50, and Royale gonna hate this. They took a trip around the world. So those are where my eyes were. I know it's possible. I seen 2 people do it. They said, bye, baby. Mwah. They brought me back all these watches from Switzerland and candy. They were gone for a year and a half. So that's what I grew up with. And then never been on a plane with his family. Never took a vacation with his family far. So, not quite equally yoked. But it's possible.
Raquel Brown said, I just want to see every space God has created.
Yeah. Just do it. Just don't be afraid. And I'm not saying Royale was afraid. He just wanted Hollywood. He wanted work. He wanted life.
He was busy chasing a dream. You're busy chasing a dream.
Care less.
Yeah, when you are busy escaping a nightmare, and the intersection between escaping a nightmare and chasing a dream created a mindset in me, and then taking on the responsibility of a family and wanting to make sure that there was security in place so that we always had, it was a Molotov cocktail of some things that were are being reconciled now, right? 26 years into a marriage. And the reality is this: we're still 2 very young people who now are realizing that we still have access to an incredible amount of things. And while We have to live some things in hindsight and learn and grow and heal from some things while we're growing into some new things. It is all part of a process and all part of a journey of discovery, of learning, of letting some things go, of burying some things while birthing some new things, ideas and otherwise. And
Yep.
so it's all a process. But again, we're sitting beside each other for a reason, because we continue to rush towards the greatest of our shared intentions. Write that down.
Yeah. Yeah. You know?
And this trip to the beach today is just confirmation for me that there are still incredible things that are possible. Even against the backdrop of chaos, there are things, great things that are possible, especially when, when we both show up for it and commit to figuring it out together.
Yeah, and giving grace. He can't fault me for my upbringing. I can't fault him for his upbringing, but we can meet in the middle and say, hey, how can we get to this point? And that's really where we are. And what we've been doing for the last 3 years is realizing, we really have some differences. We've been getting along really well, but, there's some things we could work on, But I really wish we would have recognized this a little earlier. But again, I can't cry over spilled milk. Therapy has helped, and really, you almost have to put yourself in somebody else's shoes when he's got to put himself in my shoes and damn, this is all she knows, or this is really the way that she thinks. I'm wired differently. He's wired differently. Sometimes I have to put myself in his shoes, damn, I didn't know. And he's got to do the same for me and not be mad at me because I expect some things, and I can't be mad at him because maybe he's never had those things, And here we are, growing, loving, and
working it out.
And working it out. It is not, every day can't be Christmas, Judy Linton. I love her. That is her saying, every day can't be Christmas. When she told me that in my 20s, I've been holding on to that. And she's a Jamaican woman. She said, April, every day can't be Christmas. And there's so much behind that. But I was 20. I was like, what is she talking about? She used to tell.
April's like, shit, the hell it can.
I don't know where you came from. But, she would see me fretting over something at the agency that was at Wilhelmina. She was like, it's going to be okay. Every day can't be Christmas. What? It's almost like Nana telling me, be good to yourself. I got that tattooed on me. What does that mean, be good to you? I don't know what that means. But now I get it. So if I ever tell you that, that means I love you. That is my saying. It is on my body. I understand what it means. When somebody tells you that and you young, you if you don't get out my way, I'm about to go see boom, boom, boom. We about to boom, boom, boom. I'm going to be good to myself, but I didn't realize she's just mean be respectful and be, always honor your body and stuff. I didn't know that. I was like, what? Okay.
What was you about to go see? Boom, boom, boom.
Whoever he was, she knew. She was like, be good to you. I'll be like, what? He gonna be good to me. Boy, I had a life.
Did you?
Here we go. Oh, Alicia, thank you. Yeah, just telling you, if you could learn from our life, I'm not even going to say mistakes. If you can learn from our trials in this thing called life and in marriage, take what you can take from it. I don't have any elders. I don't have a grandmother, nor a mom, nor dad. I have no one, and I haven't had anyone for 10 years. My father left me in 2015. That was the last. I don't have anyone that I trust that I can go to that is older, my elder, and talk to. If someone would have guided me, I lost my mom in my 20s, so I've been doing this thing called being a woman by myself. Had a lot of morals, thank God. These women out here have no morals. I can promise you that. There's no morals. There's no women taking care of women. There's no honor to relationships. It's every man for themselves. And I don't care what I do. And if it hurts you, oh well. My granddaughter won't be that person. So we got to teach these girls respect. There's no respect out there.
Our culture needs to learn respect, and there's just so much that we're missing right now. You know what I mean? It's like we have to.
These young girls, baby, that is another time. That'll probably be for the April and Tamika show.
God has to be back in the culture.
Whew.
God has to be in these marriages. We have to re-educate these young men, to teach them to respect themselves, to respect their bodies, to respect the bodies of women. You know, it's just a lot in this space. But you know, that's why we're going to continue to show up for this conversation, this live. Are they dry?
They're taking forever, so I'm gonna just.
We out here trying to dry clothes, and repack.
Thank God it's on the opposite side.
So we can get up out of here tomorrow.
This dryer is not working.
It's whack. They need a new washer and dryer in the Airbnb. It's the only thing that to me was a shortcoming. So I won't complain. All right, we got work to do. I got work to do.
Yeah, we gotta pack.
Yeah, we gotta pack.
It's late.
Yeah, we so used to doing this in LA.
I know. It's
When it's
9
5 o'clock and light outside. It's like, and April, boy, her ass gonna go down. She went down the night before last.
Let me tell you
I'm
something.
sitting here waiting for my wife, thinking, "Oh, we about to make love. We about to have sex. We about to do some thingy things." And then I was like, "She too quiet." I said, "She is too quiet. Let me go check." And then I was like, genuinely like, "Oh, we're in this Airbnb out of the country. Let me go check on her." Honestly, that was the thought was, I need to go check on you to make sure you're okay. I go in the bedroom, I open that door, just her. Anytime, like, when she sleep, she try to jump up like she wasn't asleep. Woman, you was asleep, okay?
They got 3 primary bedrooms. When I tell you it's beautiful. And I went in one bedroom and I said, let me see if I could turn on the TV and we could watch an episode of Slow Horses. Baby, I couldn't get that TV on. I said, let me just close my eyes for 5 minutes. It's not even the bedroom we are going to sleep in. We sleep up here. There's 2 big ones downstairs. I was knocked out.
Yeah, you was.
But that was a long day of travel. It was Monday. You don't even know how long we've been traveling. So
yeah, we've been moving.
Yeah, we've been moving.
And
Tomorrow
we about to continue
is a
moving.
long day. I want to be in bed by 11. We got to get up. We got a meeting. Then we just got to keep it moving. Whew.
Let me tell you something.
Father
We are
God.
right off the water. And the
breeze.
ocean, the breeze, everything is just perfect.
I don't know if y'all can hear it. The water.
There's a swing
right there.
out on the porch.
There is a swing.
Now the only problem with that swing is that the mosquitoes like, yeah, bring your ass out here if you want to.
Yeah,
Mosquitoes
it needs a
tearing
net.
our ass. Yeah.
To wrap you in.
But it's still beautiful. It is
It's beautiful.
We really should have had more people here with us to enjoy.
I
this.
know, but now that I know about this Airbnb, I already told, it's a young girl. She's a dermatologist. She's young. This is her house. She said, I built it from scratch. I said, okay, what am I doing with my life? It's gorgeous. So it's retreatable, meaning I can bring at least 10 beautiful women here and we can have a retreat. We could do a whole 4 days. I think 4 days is enough.
Yeah.
Right? Go 1 day, 3 days here, have some yoga, have some, spiritual things out in the water, have a chef come over and cook for the entire time.
I was gonna say you could do polar bear, but it ain't gonna be.
No, that water's so damn
Yeah.
beautiful. And get a driver, get 2 Suburbans so we can have a driver, 2 drivers at all time. Like, I really think I want to do this next year for my birthday. So that's gonna take some planning and you're gonna need some money.
I already got it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to $1 million.
Hey. So yeah, that's it. But we'll be back next Wednesday. We did not want to interview.
We did not, even while we're traveling, we said we're gonna commit to live
We
at
commit.
5. It's after I do live at
That's
5.
right.
So we showed
Live at
up.
5. We did.
We showed up. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Yes.
But now we got to
gotta go.
go.
We gotta
Because
go
I think
back.
we're having sex before we leave
No, we're
this
not. Okay, goodbye, y'all.
Okay, we're gonna see. Let me negotiate. All
Bye.
right, we out.